What's up, YouTube? Tim Moose here with History of the World Part 2 premiering tomorrow on Hulu. I'm, of course, doing my reviews for Mel Brooks movies. So here's my review for his first ever feature he's directed, and that is the 1967 film musical flick, The Producers. Now, The Producers, which came out all the way back on, all the way out on, in 1967, starred the legendary comedy icon Gene Wilder along with Zero Mostel, Winwood, Kenneth Marr. You had some really cool supporting performances in this. But here you got Zero Mostel, who plays this down producer Max Bialystock, who was like once the toast of Broadway and trades like sexual favors with Olays for cash contributions. And so like Max's new accountant Leo Bloom, played wonderfully by the late great Gene Wilder. Arthur Henley uses that if like Max found like investors for a new production that turned into a flop, he could legally keep all the extra money, and so the duo begins to like put together the worst play possible, which is simply titled "Springtime for Hitler," with like a terrible director and a hippie freak star here, and so pretty much they end up like finding the script, celebrating Hitler and the Nazis, and bringing it to the stage here. And this movie is a classic. The chemistry between the likes of Zero Mostel and Gene Wilder is terrific. Of course, this will end up going on to pretty much become a relationship with Gene Wilder and Mel Brooks. Of course, they will go on to do other stuff together. Uh, but The Producers is a really fun, like black comedy. Mel Brooks did a great job at directing. This is definitely one of the funniest comedies of the '60s. You even had Renee Taylor playing Eva Braun, or an actress playing Eva Braun, I should say. I mean, this is probably a movie that would not really get made today because technically almost every Mel Brooks movie won't be okay made today. But The Producers is one of them. Now, of course, they did remake The Producers back in 2005 with Matthew Broderick, Nathan Lane, and Will Ferrell was also in that. Not a bad remake, by the way. I mean, it's not as good as the original, but hey, somehow in 2005 they decided to remake two Gene Wilder movies, Producers and Willy Wonka. I actually found that to be very interesting there. But yeah, this does have some really fun music to it. It's not really like full on musical, but definitely has some music elements here. Uh, and of course, you had the late great Bill Macy as Foreman the Juror. He was terrific. William Hickey was also in this. They even had an actor playing Hitler, who I don't like. That will definitely leave you laughing. I mean, the writing is great. I mean, this movie is pretty much like a love letter to, because of course this was coming out around a time of pretty much of like the golden age, and this was like still around the time of golden age cinema. And so, yeah, seeing like them do a film like this is really intriguing. I mean, if you guys have not really seen The Producers, give it a go. I mean, it's a really intriguing film worth checking out. Not sure we could find it though. And this was, of course, Mel Brooks' directorial debut, so that really says something there too. Anyway, the film, of course, made about 111.9 k at the box office at the time, and did pretty well with critics. It only made about 90. It has like a 91% Rotten Tomatoes. It's a really intriguing film worth checking out if you guys never seen it. Anyway, let me lead you guys. Have you ever seen the classic film, The Producers? If so, what's your thought? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments? Where would it rank in your favorite Mel Brooks films? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon signing out.